Recently, Ripa's absence from Live with Kelly and Mark has sparked a lot of conversation among fans. Although her absence wasn't explained on the show, many viewers noticed the difference in energy when she wasn't there. Deja Vu, the show's announcer, filled in as Mark Consuelo's co-host, but fans felt that the chemistry between Mark and Deja wasn't the same. This made it clear just how much Ripa means to the successful atmosphere of the show. Ripa's absence from the show. Kelly's absence might be related to some big events happening in the next few weeks. She is preparing for a special episode of Live called the After the Oscars show, which will air on March 3, 2025. This special episode is filmed in Los Angeles, and Kelly has always looked forward to the Oscars coverage. It's an exciting time for her, as she gets to interact with celebrities right after that Academy Awards. Because of this, Kelly might have been busy getting ready for the big event or resting after a busy weekend. During Kelly's absence, fans quickly noticed a shift in Mark Consuelo's behavior. Viewers shared their thoughts online, saying Mark seemed bored to death without Kelly by his side. His usual energy seemed flat, and fans picked up on it. One fan even commented, "Mark was bored to death this whole show, and I was too." Others agreed, saying that they felt Mark seemed less interested in the show as time went on. This reaction from fans shows just how much Kelly's presence affects the show's vibe. Mark seems unenthusiastic. Mark, who is in his second year as a full-time co-host on Live, has built a strong partnership with Kelly over time. Their chemistry has been a key factor in the show's success, and viewers have grown accustomed to seeing them work together. Without Kelly, Mark seemed less enthusiastic, and it was clear that something was missing. The absence of her lively energy made it hard for fans to enjoy the episode the same way they usually do. In addition to the After the Oscars show, Kelly has been busy preparing for her role in the Oscars coverage. She even showcased her transformation into an Ariana Grande lookalike, which was part of a segment for the Live After Oscars show. With the help of her team, Kelly recreated Ariana's look from the Wicked movie, where Ariana plays Glinda the Good Witch. Fans were impressed by her effort and creativity, which made them even more excited for the special event next month. It's clear that Ripa is an essential part of Live with Kelly and Mark. Fans love the dynamic between her and Mark, and when she's not around, it's noticeable. Whether she's preparing for a big event or taking a break, Kelly's absence reminds us all how much she brings to the show. Hopefully, she'll be back soon, ready to sit in her chair next to Mark and bring back the energy and fun that fans have come to expect from Live. Why do you think Kelly was absent? When will she be back? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Ripa's absence from Live with Kelly and Mark sent shockwaves through her fanbase. The usually vibrant and ever-present co-host was suddenly missing from the screen, and while Deja Vu stepped in to fill her place alongside Mark Consuelo's, something felt different. The chemistry wasn't the same, the spark seemed dimmed, and the show's energy took an undeniable hit. But what truly happened? Why was Ripa absent? Was she simply preparing for the After the Oscars show, or was there something more sinister at play? As fans speculated, the real story behind her disappearance was far more thrilling than anyone could have imagined. The morning of February 26, 2025, started like any other. Ripa was expected to walk onto the set of Live with Kelly and Mark in her signature fashionable attire, exuding the charm and wit that had kept viewers captivated for decades. But as the production team set up and Mark Consuelos prepared for their usual banter, an unsettling reality dawned. Kelly was nowhere to be found. At first, producers assumed she was running late, which was highly unusual for Kelly but not impossible. Calls and texts were sent, all met with eerie silence. Panic slowly began to creep in. The show had to go on, and with no explanation, Deja Vu was quickly asked to step in. Meanwhile, Mark Consuelos sat uneasily in his dressing room. Something didn't feel right. He knew Kelly like the back of his hand, and this was unlike her. As the cameras rolled and he pushed through the show with a forced smile, a single thought haunted him: something was terribly wrong. Behind the scenes, the studio was in chaos. Calls to Kelly's assistant, her husband Mark Consuelos, who was right there, and even close friends turned up nothing. The only lead they had was a cryptic text sent from Kelly's phone at 3:42 a.m. "Everything changes today. Don't look for me." The message was unsettling. Mark showed the text to the show's executive producer, who immediately contacted the authorities. It was now more than just a case of a missing co-host. It was an urgent mystery that needed solving. As detectives scoured through surveillance footage from Kelly's neighborhood, they noticed something peculiar. A dark SUV had been parked outside her home around 3:30 a.m. Shortly after, the vehicle disappeared into the night. Was Kelly inside? Had she left willingly, or had she been taken? Determined to find out the truth, Mark took matters into his own hands. He retraced Kelly's last known movements. She had spent the previous evening at a high-profile industry event, mingling with Hollywood's elite. Witnesses recalled seeing her laughing, sipping champagne, and discussing her upcoming After the Oscars segment. Nothing seemed out of the ordinary until she left. A valet worker at the venue provided a crucial piece of information. She seemed nervous, he recalled. She kept checking her phone, looking around like she was expecting something or someone. Mark's heart pounded. What had Kelly gotten herself into? As the investigation deepened, another shocking discovery came to light. Kelly had been meeting with an anonymous figure in the weeks leading up to her disappearance. The meeting location? A small, discreet cafe on the outskirts of Manhattan. The person? A mysterious journalist named Vanessa Clark. Vanessa, when questioned, hesitated at first, but ultimately revealed the truth. Kelly had been investigating a hidden scandal within the television industry.